agriculture and farmers' welfare. Let me first take up agriculture and farmers' welfare. We are grateful to our farmers for being the backbone of the country's food security. We need to think beyond food security and give back to our farmers a sense of income security. Government will therefore reorient its interventions in the farm and non-farm sector to double the income of farmers by 2022. Our total allocation on agriculture and farmers' welfare is rupees 35,984 crores. We need to address issues of optimal utilization of our water resources, create new infrastructure for irrigation, conserve soil fertility with balanced use of fertilizer, and provide value addition and connectivity from farm to markets. Irrigation is critical for increasing agricultural production and productivity. Of the 141 million hectares of net cultivated area in the country, only 46% is covered with irrigation. The Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sichai Yojana has been strengthened and implemented in mission mode. 28.5 lakh hectares will be brought under irrigation under this scheme. Implementation of 89 irrigation projects under AIBP, which has been languishing, will be fast-tracked. This will help us to irrigate 80.6 lakh hectares. These projects require rupees 17,000 crores next year and rupees 86,500 crores in the next 5 years. We will ensure that 23 of these projects are completed before 31st March 2017. A dedicated long-term irrigation fund will be created in NABARD with an initial corpus of about rupees 20,000 crores to achieve all these. A total provision of rupees 12,517 crore has been made through budgetary support and market borrowings in 2016-17. Simultaneously, a major program for sustainable management of the groundwater resources has been prepared with an estimated cost of rupees 60,000 crores and proposed multilateral funding. At least 5 lakh farm ponds and dug wells in the rain-fed areas and 10 lakh compost pits for production of organic manure will be taken up by making productive use of allocations under MG Narega. The Soil Health Card scheme is now being implemented with greater vigor. Through this, the farmer gets information about the nutrient level of the soil and can make a judicious use of fertilizer. The target is to cover all 14 crore farm holdings by March 2017. Rupees 368 crore has been provided for the National Project of Soil Health and Fertility. Besides, 2,000 model retail outlets of fertilizer companies will be provided with soil and seed testing facilities during the next 3 years. Fertilizer companies will also co-market city compost, which increases the efficacy of chemical fertilizer. A policy for conversion of city waste into compost has been approved by the government under the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. To increase crop yield in rain-fed areas, which account for nearly 55% of the country's arable land, organic farming is being promoted. Towards this end, the government has launched 2 important schemes: the Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana, which will bring 5 lakh acres under organic farming over a 3-year period. Second, the government has launched a value chain organic farming scheme called the Organic Value Chain Development in the northeastern region. The emphasis is on value addition so that organic produce grown in these parts finds domestic and export market. A total provision of 412 crores has been made under these schemes. Incentives are being given for enhancement of pulses production. Rupees 500 crore under the National Food Security Mission has been assigned to pulses. The number of districts covered has been increased to 622. A national level competition will be held among 674 Krishi Vigyan Kendras with a total prize money of 50 lakhs to improve the efficiency and performance of these Kendras. Access to market is critical for farmers. The government is implementing a unified agricultural market scheme which envisages a common e-market platform that will be developed in selected 585 regulated wholesale markets. Amendment to the APMC Acts of the states are a prerequisite to join this e-platform. I am happy to inform that 12 states have already amended their APMC Acts and are ready to come on board. More states are expected to join this platform in the coming year. A unified agriculture market e-platform will be dedicated to the nation on the birthday of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar on 14th April this year. 97 lakh metric tons of storage capacity was added to the central pooled stock during the current year. We are implementing the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana as never before. The scheme has suffered because of underfunding. The allocation in 2012-13 and 13-14 was only 8,885 and rupees 9,805 crores respectively. We have substantially increased the allocation in the last 2 years, which will now be allocated rupees 19,000 crores in 16-17. ये जो 19,000 करोड़ है, this is only 60% of the cost, क्योंकि 40% states bear करेंगे. Together with the state share, totally about 27,000 crores will be spent on this Yojana in 2016-17. Our goal is to advance the completion target of the program from 2021 to 2019 and connect the remaining 65,000 eligible habitations by constructing 2.23 lakh kilometers of roads. Accordingly, the pace of construction, which is currently 100 kilometers per day, compared to an average of 73.5 kilometers between 11 and 14, which will be substantially now stepped up. To support farmers in the aftermath of natural calamities, government has revised the norms of assistance under the National Disaster Response Fund in April 2015. Special focus has been given to ensure adequate and timely flow of credit to the farmers. Against the target of 8.5 lakh crores in 2015-16, the target of agricultural credit in 16-17 will be an all-time high of rupees 9 lakh crores. To reduce the burden of loan repayment on farmers, a provision of rupees 15,000 crores has been made in the budgetary estimates of 16-17 towards interest subvention. The government has also provided a path-breaking crop insurance scheme, namely Prime Minister's Fasal Bima Yojana. For effective implementation of the scheme, I have provided 5,500 crores in the budget of 16-17. We have to ensure that the benefit of MSP reaches farmers in all parts of the country.
Mr. Jaitley, if you want to, you can sit and then...
Thank you, madam. I'll do that. Yeah. We will have to ensure that the benefit of the MSP reaches the farmers in all parts of the country. 3 specific initiatives will be taken up in 2016-17 for this. First, the remaining states will be encouraged to take up decentralized procurement. Second, an online procurement system will be undertaken through the Food Corporation of India. This will usher in transparency, convenience to the farmers through a prior registration and monitoring of actual requirement. Third, effective arrangements have been made for pulses procurement. Farmers also take up other allied activities to supplement their farm income. To make dairy more remunerative to the farmers, 4 new projects will be taken up. First, the Pashudan Sanjeevani and Animal Welfare Wellness Program and a provision for the Animal Health Card, Nakul Swasthya Patra. Second, an advanced breeding technology. Third, creation of e-Pashudan Hut, an e-marketing portal for connecting breeders and farmers. And fourth, a national geomic center for indigenous breeds. These projects will be implemented at a cost of rupees 850 crores over the next few years. There has been a visible rise in the yield of honey from an average of 18 to 20 kilometers per box per annum in the year 2013-14 to 25 kilograms per box per annum in 2015-16. The total production of honey in the country has been increased from 76,150 metric tons in 14-15 to 86,500 metric tons. 90% of domestic honey is now exported. Rural area. After agriculture, I turn to the other segment, the rural economy. A sum of rupees 2.87 lakh crores will be given as grant in aid to the Gram Panchayats and municipalities as per the recommendations of the 14th Finance Commission. This is a quantum jump of 228% compared to the previous 5 years. The funds now allocated will translate to an average assistance of over rupees 80 lakhs per gram panchayat and rupees 21 crore per local urban body. These enhanced allocations are capable of transforming villages and small towns. Ministry of Panchayat Raj will work with the states and involving guidelines to actualize this. There is an urgent need to focus on areas of drought and rural distress. Every block in these distressed areas will be taken up as an intensive block under the Deen Dayal Antyodaya mission. Formation of self-help groups will be speeded to promote multiple livelihood. Cluster facilitation teams will be set up under MG Naregas to ensure water conservation and natural resource management. These instincts would also be taken up on a priority basis under the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. A sum of rupees 38,500 crores has been allocated for Manrega in 2016-17. Madam, if this total amount is spent, this will be the highest ever amount spent in a year on Manrega. 300 Rurban clusters will be developed under the Shama Prasad Mukherjee Rurban mission launched by the Honorable Prime Minister recently. These clusters will include incubate growth centers in rural areas by providing infrastructural amenities and market access for farmers. These will also expand employment opportunities for the youth. As of 1st April 2015, a total of 18,542 villages were not electrified. The Honorable Prime Minister, in his address to the nation on 15th August 2015, announced that the remaining villages will be electrified in the next 1,000 days. As on 23rd February 2016, 5,542 villages have been electrified. I think the Power Minister and the Ministry deserves to be congratulated for this. This is more than the total combined achievement of the previous 3 years. The government is committed to achieve 100% village electrification by 1st May 2018. Rupees 8,500 crores has been provided for the Deen Dayal Upadhyaya Gram Jyoti Yojana and integrated power development schemes. Swachh Bharat Mission is India's biggest drive to improve sanitation and cleanliness, especially in rural India. This subject was very close to the heart of the father of the nation. For the first time since independence, the Parliament has had a comprehensive debate on sanitation. This has become a topic of discussion in almost every home. We have introduced ranking of urban areas in sanitation, which has resulted in constructive competition along towns and cities. Rupees 9,000 crores has been provided for the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. In order to continue this momentum, priority allocation from the centrally sponsored scheme will be made to reward villages that have become free from open defecation. We need to derive greater benefit from the demographic advantage. We need to spread digital literacy in rural areas. Of the 16.8 crore rural households, as many as 12 crore households do not have computers and are unlikely to have digitally literate people. We have approved 2 schemes to promote digital literacy: National Digital Literacy Mission and Digital Saksharta Abhiyan. We now plan to launch the Digital Literacy Mission scheme for rural India to cover around 6 crore additional households in the next 3 years. Details of this scheme will be spelled out separately. Modernization of land records is critical for dispute-free titles. The National Land Record Modernization Program has been revamped under the Digital India Initiative and will be implemented as a central sector scheme with effect from 1st April 2016. The revamped program will be built and an integrated land transformation management system, 150 crores has been provided for this.